Hello children, welcome once again to a new chapter. We'll be beginning with the first chapter today, and it is all about real numbers. And you have already dealt with this chapter in ninth grade, and you know different kind of a number system that, if you remember, whole numbers, natural numbers, integer, fractions, rational number, all the things you already have learned in your previous classes. Now what we are going to deal with right now is that what we do with these numbers. Okay, now when we talk about real numbers, we talk about every single type of number available in case in terms of real natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, rational number, and so on. There will be rational numbers, there will be irrational numbers, all of them are included in real numbers. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to start with the application of real numbers in real life. So what we are going to do is, right now you are going to see the different theorems or different definitions in the front of your screen. So what I would request you to do is, before I start reading it out, okay, one by one I'll read it out for you. You pause the video, write it down in your notebook. Okay, once you write it down in the next after you have written it down completely, I will start explaining things one by one. Okay, the important things which are required for this particular chapter. So please have a look at it. The first theorem that is there in your screen, or the first definition, is about Euclid's division lemma. What is Euclid's division lemma? Okay, so Euclid's division lemma, what does it say? Basically it says that given positive integers, two integers, given positive integers a and b, okay, there exists unique integers, p and q and r, such that which satisfies the formula or the equation a equals bq plus r, where r lies between 0 and b, where 0 is included and b is excluded. Now when you write it down, initially it won't make any sense, okay, but when I start explaining it to you by giving some examples, you will definitely be able to understand. Okay, so the next, once I have explained this, you will be able to understand. But right now you have to write these statements down in your notebook. So whenever we are going to the when I'm going to the explanation of this particular heading or a particular definition, you should open your notebook and then see what exactly has been written over there, and then through an example I will definitely I'll definitely try to explain it very nicely to you, so that things are clear to you. Okay, so let us see what is the next thing. Do you know what is an algorithm? Okay, when we talk about algorithm, it's actually step-by-step process. So if you can see on the screen, it's what is written. An algorithm is a series of well-defined steps, okay, which gives a procedure for solving a type of problem. So it's a step-by-step thing that you do for solving a problem. Okay, the next thing that you are going to see on the screen is what is a lemma, because when I started with I said Euclid's division lemma. So what is the meaning of lemma? So meaning of lemma is nothing but it is a proven statement which has already been proven, which is used for proving another small statement. So it is just a small result of already whatever being proven, right? It's just a final result of anything which has already been proven before. So this is all about lemma. So it's a small result from the existing theorem. Okay, so please copy down all this definition of algorithm, then lemma, and now the definition of theorem is also given. Okay, what you have to do is please write it down one after the other, and after you've written it down, please keep your notebook open. We'll go to the next slide, and when I start explaining things, it should be there in front of you. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll start explaining these all these things one by one, and the most important of them is what is Euclid's division lemma. So I have to explain that to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain Euclid's division lemma first. Okay, so I'm erasing everything off Okay, I'm just going to put only Euclid's division lemma on the top of your screen. So Euclid's division lemma. So this is what Euclid division lemma is. And that is what I'm going to explain it to you right now. Okay, now see what happens. That have you ever wondered that if you take any two numbers such that a first number or any two whole number or any two real number, when the first number and the second number, we talk about any two integers, for example. So integers means we are talking about positive integers. Okay, any two positive integers, you can take any two positive. Let's take for example, say 10 and 7. Okay, both of them are positive integers, right? Okay, which one is bigger? Obviously 10 is bigger than 7. So Euclid's division lemma says that you can write these two numbers, what has been given? They're A and B. So it takes 10 as A and 7 as B. These are. So you can always write A in terms of B such that A is equal to B into something, what thing? Q, and plus R. So there will be definitely, there are two what? Integers Q and R which will satisfy this relation. That's the first thing. Okay, let's try with 10 and 7. So can I write 10 equal to 7 times 1, that is 7 1 is 7, plus 3? Okay, so do you see that this 1 and this 3, these are the two integers which are always available, such that you get a relation between these two positive integers. We can take any other thing. For example, I'm taking 60 and I'm taking 16. Okay, so which one is bigger? 60 is bigger than 16. Now according to Euclid division lemma, if A and B are two positive integers, then you can write this as 60 as 16 times something plus something, and this is what? Q, and this one is R. So this will be what? 60, you can write 60 as 16 times something. Something is how much? 16 3s are 48. Okay, 48 then plus 12, right? So what are what are the two values of Q and R? This is 3 and 12. Now one more thing you have to notice is that in the Euclid division lemma, as you can see, it's written here that the value of R can be 0 or it has to be less than B. Now what is B here? Here 60 is A and 16 is B. The value of 12 or the remainder R will always be less than the value of B. This is what you have to always remember. So that means we can express one positive integer in terms of another positive integers. In what form? A is equal to B times some integer Q plus some number R. So you can pick up any two values and you'll find that definitely we can find, we can find a number, what? A positive integer Q and another positive integer R, so that you can express one number in terms of the other. For example, 10 and 9. Okay, 10 is greater than 9. So we can write that 10 is equal to what? 10 is equal to 9 times 1 plus 1. So what is A here? This is A, 10 is A, 9 is B, this is Q, and this is R. So this is a universal fact, and right now I think we have understood that it is valid for any two positive integers, whether integers A and B, such that A is greater than B. So we can write it in this format. So this is the explanation of the first lemma, that is Euclid division lemma. Very important. You have to remember this lemma, definition of this lemma, because sometimes they give you to define Euclid's division lemma. Okay, and then after that, what we are going to see is we are going to see how to apply this Euclid's division